Hi everyone, I'm ABC2 meteorologist Mike Masco. Tuesday weather blog. Winter storm watches are in effect right now. Now, I think they're going to be probably changed over to warnings later this evening as the National Weather Service and also us are getting now new information. And most of this pretty much staying the course from yesterday's model runs, indicating that there will be a significant East Coast storm to develop. It will be dropping a lot of snow across town. I guess there's just a couple of questions in intensity. If we get a really fully phased up storm, we may be addressing more sleet into 95 and rain along the coast. If it's kind of the perfect storm, if it's say a 992 millibar low or the perfect intensity, it might cut down on some of the warm air advection and that would allow for more snow. So there are a lot of questions time-wise. That's been a big question. When is this going to hit? It looks like a little after midnight. We're going to get a first thump of snow in. You're going to get a segue over to some sleet after 7 o'clock in the morning on 95, and then it's going to go back over to all snow as the storm deepens and what we call occludes, kind of dies out, and then the cold air will come rushing in and our snow ratios will change. So it's going to be an interesting storm. This is a classic nor'easter, so there's going to be wind component to this. Winds are going to gust around 40 miles an hour. You're going to probably gust to 60 along the coast, and there's going to be some coastal flooding. So just be prepared for that if you certainly live on the right along the immediate shoreline as we go into some of those high tides for Thursday afternoon, even into part of Friday. All right, let's show you the watches right now from the National Weather Service, really for all offices from Philadelphia down to D.C. Winter storm watches in effect. You'll probably see these turning over to warnings. You'll get, the Sterling office will probably change all this into warnings, and then Philadelphia will probably change this all into warnings by later this evening. We'll just kind of watch that all happen as we're getting closer to the event and the confidence level is growing. If we go over to Maryland's most powerful weather radar, I want to show you exactly what's going on right now. It's raining right now in Atlanta and some snows in the outer suburbs, but we're really kind of focused on this piece of energy up towards the northern plains. There's another piece of energy along the Gulf Coast states, and look at all the moisture getting entrained in this, heading due north. So we really have to see these pieces of energy come together into one low off the South Carolina coastline, and then we're going to have a better idea of exactly how this storm's going to track. Now keep this in mind, low pressure likes to track closer to warmer waters, all right? It's attracted to warmer waters. So we're going to probably see the thermal gradient develop right here, separating the Arctic air from the warm air. And that's why I am thinking that the NAM forecast track model is probably right on, keeping it just offshore. You get the 850 low just offshore, and I think you're going to probably see this bomb out in this what we call deformation zone set up right along 95 as it pushes up towards the north. And the deformation zone, that's going to be the area probably seeing the best dynamics, the best snow rates. You could talk snow rates around 1 inch to 2 inches per hour, maybe even some thunder snow. So I think it's probably going to be a line set up from New York City right down the New Jersey Turnpike through Philadelphia, and then probably just west of I-95, just west of the city, west side of the Beltway, and then as you get down towards outside of Richmond rather, down towards Roanoke. I think this is going to be the line. This is going to be some heavy snow in here, and then you're going to see a whole mixing rain situation just to the east of that. And I'll show you the models coming up in 1 second. Lots of cold air in play right now. At the lunchtime hour, we're at 27 in Baltimore with wind chills that are into the teens. Dew points are also very, very low. Take a look at the dew point map. It's a 6-degree dew point, so if there's any question as to whether this air mass is Arctic or not, well, the dew points kind of tell the tale. This is some super dry air. So 6, 19 in Greensboro. You go down towards Atlanta, a dew point of 34. That's above freezing. But you go outside of Atlanta, those dew points are into the 20s, so some evaporative cooling effects will allow for those temperatures to fall below freezing. That's why they're expecting a nice ice storm down across parts of the central North Carolina, South Carolina region. And then if we look at our in-house Adonis model around 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, you can see the storm starting to wrap up, intensify, and then it's overspreading snows into Baltimore. Here's the new 12Z NAM, and again, I'm favoring the NAM solution right now. Let me repeat, I'm favoring the NAM solution right now. It's kind of hard to believe myself, but I like what it's doing with the storm. It's keeping it along the coastal sections and then pushing it out. Let's see if that worked. All right, there we go. So yeah, I'm favoring the storm to kind of move just along the coastal sections, bombing out to somewhere around the 990 millibar level just off of Atlantic City. So it is going to be a strong storm. Once it gets to the Atlantic City, just adjacent to Atlantic City, it's going to start wrapping in a northerly wind flow. So that's what's going to allow for anyone that transfers over to rain or snow, switching back over, or rain or sleet, switching back over to snow. So that's the system. There's the NAM showing it as we go into the day, midday hours on Thursday. Snow's going to start to end over North Carolina, Northern Virginia, and some tremendous snows developing just outside of Boston, just outside of 495, western Massachusetts. Good thumping of snow. And there's the NAM forecast model. Showing a swath of snow again right along 95. You're going to get a little mixing in here, but I think just west of 95 you're going to get into some of these totals around 8 to 12 inches. And I'll actually show you our forecast coming up in 1 second. We'll take a look at the new GFS at 992 millibar low. It's also in the same position of the NAM, maybe just a tad east, but the idea is certainly there. That's mixing south and east of 95. All snow along 95 and north and west. I don't quite know exactly what's going on with the RPM. I know it's showing a tremendous amount of rain. It is showing a 988 millibar storm, but it's stringing it out. I think it had a really bad run. That's what I can make of the RPM right now. So if there's anyone following the RPM and have questions, if any television meteorologist is using the RPM on air right now, be careful. That's my word to the wise. The wiser ones out there. Here's our in-house Adonis model, doing a really good job with this, showing that the snow coming in around 11 o'clock through 5 o'clock, and this is all the model goes out to, 48 hours. It's a high-resolution model, but it's kind of picking up the rain-snow line pretty nicely here, running the rain-snow line from Belmar, New Jersey through Dover, Easton, down south and east of D.C. So this is actually a colder solution and a thumping of snow going on along 95, and that looks to segue into the 3 o'clock hour on Thursday. Our future snow map only goes to 3 a.m. Thursday morning, so prior to the Thursday morning commute, we're going to have about 2 to 4 inches on the ground already. So that's why I think, and there's the update. This is through 5 a.m. on Thursday, showing around 3 or 4 inches. DC picking up around 5 inches of snow by the Thursday morning rush. All right, so our forecast, we're going to maintain this course right now. Probably going to be revising some ideas here, but I like what's going on with the eastern shore numbers around 4. You know, you get east and south and east 4, probably not much of anything along the beachfront. As you get north into Chestertown and Annapolis right in here, this is probably going to be about a 6-inch event with mixing of sleet. And then further north you go along 95, probably going to see around 8 inches of snow. And I like the idea of 8 inches, especially on the west side of the Beltway, Randallstown, Owings Mills, and then as you get along 83, 8 or 9 inches. You get along the Maryland-Pennsylvania line west of 83. I like the idea of around 9 inches. And notice how we bullseye 14 inches, and a lot of questions, why are we doing 14 inches like that, and why are we splitting it up into the Lehigh Valley and northwestern New Jersey? Going to take into it the idea that there's going to be colder air. Snow ratios are going to be a little bit higher, so you're going to fluff up the snow a bit. That's going to accumulate more. And as the storm kind of veers out, it cuts down the precipitation quicker north and west of the cities. So that's why you'll probably see this heavy band of snow set up right in here, heavy band of snow setting up here, but it's going to shift east as the storm shifts east. So it's going to cut down the accumulations. Now, I guess the wild card would be these snow ratios, what they're doing at that time, and how cold is it, and that sort of thing. That can maybe fluff up totals in Carroll County to be around 11 or 12 inches. This is our first go with things. This is our first take on this storm. We will revise this on ABC News at 5 and 6 o'clock when Wyatt joins me, and maybe we'll have to change some of these numbers around, but I like the idea of at least a double-digit snowfall just west of I-95. All right, that's it. We'll talk to you again on ABC News at 5 and 6 o'clock with our new information and a revised look at our snow totals. Have a great day.